Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have decided to come on here on camera to kind of talk a little bit about my goals for 2021. Now, I've honestly been thinking about this for only a few weeks. I feel like I should have been thinking about this since the beginning of December, but I feel like I was a little late, and for the longest, I never know how to think of goals, like long-term goals, like a whole year's worth. And so I just started talking to Paul and thinking about the things that truly matter to me and kind of how I want to go about getting closer to those things and whatnot. And this time around, I actually didn't have help from a goal setting planner, so it was all really up to me, which sounds very terrifying, I think, but I went ahead and did it, and I thought that I would just go ahead and share my goals with you guys, just because I honestly like listening to other people's goals and kind of get ideas, not necessarily to copy their goals, but it kind of gets me thinking about what matters to me and what I would like to get accomplished. So yeah, today's video is going to be all about my 2021 goals, which are going to include not only personal but also financial and business goals. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I have written all of my goals on my planner, but instead of me flipping through the pages and going along with them, I made it easier for myself and I wrote them down on a notepad. So that's kind of what I'm going to be looking at while I talk to you guys. I honestly just think it's so much better for me to actually write down my goals than to type them out on my phone, but that's just me. So I think first and foremost, I'm pretty sure you guys are most interested to know my financial goals, which are quite a few. Actually, I only have 3. This is probably going to be kind of a short and simple kind of video because I am sure that as the months go by, the quarters go by, I will go ahead and think of either more goals or I will be passionate about accomplishing something else on top of what I'm trying to accomplish in the beginning of the year. So don't be afraid to go back and look at your goals on either a quarter basis or on a monthly basis, even, to kind of rectify those goals and see if that's really what you want to do. So my first financial goal for this year, for 2021, would be to pay off my student loans. Now, as you guys know, I've been on a debt-free journey for over 2 years now, and I feel like it's already time to pay off my student loans. I've, already paid my credit cards, and I've had, how much did I start with? I think I started with about $18,000 in student loan debt. So as of now, in the beginning of 2021, I am down to $11,291 with 62 cents. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can pay my student loans off this year. Of course, we will go ahead and see, and I do update you guys on a monthly basis with my debt snowball, so go ahead and stay tuned for that. But that is one of my main goals and what I'm focusing on for my finances. So that is my number 1 goal. Then my second goal would be that I want to fully fund my emergency fund. I feel like for the longest, I've kind of been like, okay, I think I can do with $1,000 emergency fund, because I was busy either saving money for like moving out or paying off my credit cards, debt paying, all of that. And I feel like I was very concentrated on all of that and kind of put my emergency fund on the back burner. So this year I want to make sure to fully fund my emergency fund. And at first I had this honestly ridiculous number, and after making some calculations, I think that around $5,000 is a good emergency fund for me as of now. So that's kind of what I'm going to be working on top of trying to pay off my student loans. So I definitely have my work cut out for me, but those are my 2 main financial goals for 2021. And then my last goal, which of course will happen once I'm closer to getting the other 2 goals done, would be to start paying off my car loan. So I do want to start putting that in my debt snowball spread once I'm a little bit closer to paying off my student loans. So that would be another main financial goal that I want to start in 2021. Of course, we will see as the months go by, but like I mentioned, definitely have my work cut out for me. So those are my 3 financial goals. I feel like I should have so many more, but as of now, I think those are pretty big goals that I have to accomplish for myself. So those are my financial goals. Then I'm gonna move on to personal goals, and personal goals are definitely not all over the place, but I definitely tried to narrow things down to what really matters to me and what I want to do for myself this year. And so I wouldn't say that these are in a particular order because they're honestly not. They all mean a lot to me. So I'm just gonna tell you guys one by one. One of my main goals would be to start working out twice a week. I honestly could not tell you guys the last time that I worked out, like fully worked out. And I know that it's been, difficult for everyone to get out there or even go to the gym and stuff like that. But I personally really want to get down to setting a routine to working out. I feel like I always set up a plan and then it falls through and then I don't end up working out. So instead of just saying that I want to be healthy, which is something that I've done in the past, I want to specifically say that I want to work out twice a week. And I wanted to start with twice a week because I felt like that was the more doable thing to do instead of me straight up saying, oh, I want to work out every other day, or I want to go on this diet, this and that. So I don't necessarily even want to talk about a diet, although I am trying to implement healthier eating habits this year. I think me just putting that I want to work out twice a week is going to really get me in that mentality that, okay, you want to start eating right, then the next step would be to work out. So that is one of my main personal goals. Then my second personal goal would be that I want to travel more. Of course, with the circumstances that we're in, that is probably not going to happen until like the end of the year or even the middle. We will see, who knows, but I definitely wanted to put this in here to remind myself that that is something that I want to do, and that if I want to do that whenever we can, then I would have to, set out some money, start saving money for adventures, traveling, and all of that. And if you guys are not new to my channel, then you guys know that I've been wanting to go to Peru, and I've had a Peru fund, like a Peru trip fund, for so long that I'm ready to go. Like, I want to go right now, but of course I can't. So yeah, I definitely want to travel more. I'm hoping to go to Peru later in the year, and little trips here and there. I know me and my sister want to go up to the mountains, to a cabin, so that's something that I would like to do too. So it doesn't have to be something far away, but just like a little getaway. So that's kind of what I want to start implementing more into my life, just to get out of the house, because I work here full time all the time. I'm always at home and I don't usually get out much. So I definitely wanted to make traveling one of my goals for this year. And then the last kind of personal goal that I have for myself is to solidify my relationship with God. So how I'm planning to do that is to start with little things like reading devotionals on a daily basis, which I actually just bought one and it's not going to get here until next week, but I definitely want to start getting into the habit of just reading devotionals, being thankful for what I have, which I'm honestly very thankful for what I have, but I think sometimes we forget to be grateful for everything that we have. So that's definitely something that I want to implement in this year, starting with this month. And those are basically all of my personal goals. I'm going to try to definitely see how these go. And if, let's say, I accomplish me or set a habit of working out twice a week, I can go ahead and move on to something else. So those are all of my personal goals for 2021. And then last but not least, my business goals, which are honestly not crazy like you guys probably think. But so just to give you guys a little definition, or just what I think my business is, would be, of course, my sticker shop. I think of social media, YouTube, also as part of my small business. So I definitely wanted to think about growing, of course, my channels, growing my influence and all of that. So I have here subscriber count, Patreon count, and all of that, but I don't want you guys to think that it's all about the numbers, because it honestly isn't. But of course, I do have some doable goals, I think, for this year. So that's what I like to do. I don't like to really think too big, but rather just start with smaller goals. And then once you reach those goals, you can think of bigger ones and so on and so forth. Because I feel like thinking of very big goals is very overwhelming, at least to me. So one of my goals would be to have 25,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which we just made it to 20K. So make sure you stay on the lookout for my 20K subbies giveaway. That should be coming up pretty soon. So that is one of, I guess, my goals. The other one would be Patreon, which I feel like I have such an amazing community over on Patreon, and I just love them so much. So my goal for this year would be to have 40 patrons in total, which I think is very doable. And if I don't reach that number, it's okay. Like I mentioned, I really love how close I've gotten to my patrons and how I'm able to interact and talk to them a little bit more than I am to just regular subscribers. So I really love Patreon, and I'm hoping to stay there for as long as I can. So that is one of my main goals, to stay on Patreon, keep pumping out content on YouTube, and try to reach those follower counts. And then my third business goal would be to start using social media for business. Now, I feel like aside from YouTube, I am so bad at using other social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, even Twitter for my business. So I definitely want to make it a goal this year to start posting a lot more on Instagram for either my shop or my YouTube, planning spreads, all of that. And one main thing social media wise would be to finally create some sort of like Facebook group, or just start posting more things for my business, my sticker shop. So if you guys would be interested in a Facebook group, definitely go ahead and let me know. I have been thinking of doing that, but I just feel like I need other people to tell me that, yeah, you need to make a Facebook group. So yeah, let me know if that's something that you would be interested in, so that I can get to working on that as soon as I can. But that is one of my main goals for my business as well. And then last but certainly not least is I'm going to keep it a little bit. I want to start offering, I guess, a new product. So I definitely have a lot of big plans for my sticker shop for 2021. And one of the main ones would be to bring out this new product. I'm not going to get too in detail because I'm not sure how I will get to that point, but I definitely want to start something new, something fresh to my shop, because I feel like it's always good to do those things for your shop and start offering different things. And it makes me happy to offer as many things as I'm offering in my shop, from, you know, my regular budgeting kits to foiled stickers, foiled weekly kits, and cash envelopes, and even phone cases now. So as you guys can see, I am not afraid to expand and offer new products in my shop. And so I know that this year will be no different. And I'm very excited for what 2020 has in store and what I'm setting out to accomplish. So with that being said, those are pretty much all of my goals for 2021 for my finances, my personal goals, and my business goals. Please do let me know if you guys would like me to make maybe an update video on my goals on either a quarter basis. So maybe in 3 months I can upload and see how I'm doing with my goals. I can go ahead and maybe do a video like that. Let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in seeing. As well as please do let me know in the comments down below one of your goals. It could either be a financial, personal, or even business goal if you have one. So please go ahead and let me know. Let's get the conversation going in the comments. As well as please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already. And hopefully I will get to see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.